What's going on, you guys? It's Nacho with a brand new video, and in today's video I'm be installing this GPR stabilizer on my 2025 Yamaha R9. Before we hop into this install, I do want to apologize for not being as active on this channel. I had a couple finals that I had to finish up for school, but now that I'm done with school, I could dedicate more of my time to creating content for you guys. I have a couple things I want to show you guys. Within the last 2 weeks of me being active, I actually went out and bought a couple things. However you guys want to pronounce it, I believe the correct way to say it is Dainese, but I could be wrong. I went ahead and got a jacket and pants, along with some boots. I even got some of these sliders. I personally went with the black and white sliders just because it matches the white accents on the pants. But let me know if you guys think I should rock the all black instead of this. Other than this, I had to get a new helmet, and I'm pretty sure you guys can guess what I got. As you guys can see, I actually got a pista. I couldn't justify the price of the pista. It actually goes for $1,600, but I ended up paying nothing near close to that. Let me actually find the receipt. I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but I actually got a $1,000 discount, so I actually ended up only paying $700 for this pista. I already installed my cardo along with my chin mount. I'm gonna be making 2 YouTube videos that are gonna be coming out soon. One being a review on this helmet and the other one being a motovlogging guide. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. All right, yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the unboxing. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up now. One thing I actually forgot to mention, for those who don't know what a stabilizer is used for, it actually helps prevent any tank slappers or death wobbles, whatever you want to call it. If you guys don't know what a tank slapper is, I'm gonna go ahead and insert a clip to show you what that looks like. So yeah, as you guys can see, I don't think anyone wants to ever experience something like that. Oh shit, I think I just ripped up the sticker. Yeah, it looks like no sticker for me, but anyways. So yeah, as you guys can see, a tank slapper does not look fun at all. I have personally never experienced one before, knock on wood. But this stabilizer here will hopefully help prevent ever experiencing something like that. All right, y'all, so here it is. It is completely adjustable depending on how stiff you want the handlebars. And as you guys can see, it starts at 1 and it goes all the way up to 8. All right, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the install. Make sure if you guys are installing this as well, you have it set to the lowest point, which is at 1. All right, y'all, so it looks like to install it on the R9, we are actually gonna have to remove a couple of things in order to put this on. After you remove that tank cover, we're gonna go ahead and grab this mount that actually came with the stabilizer, and we're gonna go ahead and slip this inside and put the cover over it. So from the looks of it, it looks like we just need to get rid of these 4 bolts. This being 1, 2, 3 right there, and then 4 being on the other end. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of those 4 bolts and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so we got rid of the 4 bolts and of course that center piece that's holding everything in place right there. And it looks like this is gonna be ready to be taken off. All right, there we go, we got it out. All right, y'all, so we're getting rid of these 2 bolts right here. All right, guys, so from what the guide is saying, this is pretty much gonna slide under this black part. So it's pretty much gonna go under. There we go. All right, so make sure this goes under this and we're gonna go ahead and bolt it on now. I'm gonna go ahead and screw these back on. All right, there we go. We went ahead and got it bolted down. It also looks like we're not gonna be reusing these as it says on the paper. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of those. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and put on the tank cover and I'll pick up the video as soon as I put the tank cover back on. All right, guys, next, we are gonna get rid of these 2 bolt covers. After we get rid of those covers, 2 bolts will be exposed and we're gonna be able to slip this on right over that. All right, let's go ahead and take it off. You can honestly use any tool. It's not really too hard to take off. And there we go. This is the first one. Make sure you guys don't drop it, but yeah, we got 2 right here. Let's go ahead and do the second one now. It's gonna be a little bit of tension, but it shouldn't be too hard to snap out. There we go. All right, so now that we got both of those bolts off, we can go ahead and put this over it. It's gonna go just like this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. We're gonna go ahead and screw them in. All right, y'all, for the last couple steps, we're gonna put this mounting bracket on here. After we put that on, we're gonna put the stabilizer in. After everything's tightened in, it should look like that, so I'll be right back as soon as I tighten everything up. All right, guys, so I got it set to 1 right now. We're gonna go ahead and test it out before we take it out, but there shouldn't be too much resistance on number 1. All right, that seems about normal. I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up a little bit to 3. Actually, let's do 4. Okay, there's a little more resistance. Definitely feel a difference between 1 and 4. Let me go ahead. Let me actually go ahead and max it out to 8. Oh yeah, there's definitely, God damn. All right, yeah, there's a big difference between 8 and 1. One thing I really like about this stabilizer is that you could actually toggle from 1 to 8 just by doing 1 click to the right. This actually makes it super convenient. Rather than going all the way around to 8, you could just do 1 click. So I'm going to take the bike out and pick up the video when I'm on the road so I can give you guys a quick review. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and test out the stabilizer now. Before I do that, I do want to mention my next YouTube video is going to be installing a brake light modulator, so make sure you guys stay on the lookout for that. It was a super quick and easy install process and it should be uploaded probably a couple days after this video. It probably only took about 5 minutes to install. So definitely stay on the lookout for that video. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I apologize for any wind noise that you guys might hear. It is a little windy out, so please bear with me. So once again, I have it set to 1. There shouldn't be any resistance at all. I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up to number 4. Feel a little bit of resistance, and we're gonna go ahead and crank it up to 8 again. There we go. Now we got some resistance. If you guys have a sports bike, make sure you guys get a stabilizer. It'll help prevent any tank slappers or death wobbles, whatever you want to call it. No one ever wants to experience that, so do yourself a favor, spend a couple $100 just to get a stabilizer. It'll probably save your life. So right now I'm actually gonna put a video up on the screen to show you guys something that I experienced last week. I experienced a little wobble on this specific road that I always ride on damn near every day, and that really put into reality how quick things can happen. As you guys can see, it was nothing major at all, but it could have been a lot worse. So I'm gonna go to that exact road, probably go a little faster this time, crank it all the way up to 8 and see how it holds up. In that video I was actually going about 80 miles an hour, but this time around I'm actually gonna hit about 90, maybe 95. Another thing I want to mention is how easy it is to adjust the stabilizer. You can literally be on the road. Right now I'm at 1. I can crank it all the way up to about 5 or 6 if I wanted to, and whenever you hit the streets again, you crank it all the way back down to 1. It's just super convenient. Kind of off topic, but everyone asking on how I'm enjoying the R9. I've been absolutely loving it. I'm having such a fun time editing all these videos, putting it together for you guys. I can now dedicate most of my time to making content, and yeah, let me know what future videos you guys want to see on this channel. All right, so we're about to come up to that spot where I experienced the wobble. I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up a little bit now. I'm gonna leave it at 8. I'm gonna put it at 8. All right guys, so it is at 8. Let's go ahead and hit this spot. All right, here we go. Oh damn, I didn't feel anything. Every single time I used to ride on that street, I would experience some type of bump, and this time around, absolutely nothing. I didn't feel anything budge. Let me actually crank it back down to 1. This feels very, you know, what the fuck? No? Alright, so I've been playing around with the stabilizer for a little bit. I do notice at number 1, obviously it's not going to be that resistant. It feels very loose, feels very free. You can pretty much go where you want to go without finding the handlebars. But as soon as you take it up to number 8, god damn, you pretty much got to fight the bike to go where you want to go. And I am not complaining about that at all. That's how it should be, you know? You know what? I'm actually not content with that first test that we did earlier today. I'm going to go back on... I'm gonna go back on that same street and hit about 110. I'm gonna put it to the real test just to make sure that this is a quality product. I'm gonna do about 110. I'm not doing anything over that. I already have so much trust in this little gadget right here, so hopefully it does it good. Something I want to mention, if you ever experience a tank slapper or death wobble, what you want to do is put less pressure on the handlebars. Do not fight the handlebars, or that's just gonna throw you off of the bike. Oh yeah, I'm getting pulled over. Anyways, try to position most of your weight on the front end of your bike so that it can readjust itself. Yeah, bro, I'm getting my shit pulled over. I don't got a plate. Oh, yeah, I'm getting pulled over. Fuck! Anyways, as I was saying, try to position your body weight towards the front end of the bike. Kind of throw yourself over. Put less pressure on the handlebars. 9 times out of 10, this will help the front tire to realign itself. But if it doesn't, I mean, I'm sorry, but... yeah. All right, so the bump is right after this light. Let's see how it holds up. Let's go ahead and crank it up to 8. Yup. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, that felt like a fucking penis. That was nothing. All right, so I guess that concludes today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As you guys can see, this is definitely worth every single penny. Make sure you guys stay on the lookout for my future videos. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.